Live from WRAL News headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Well, the cold air is here and looks like it's here to stay for a while. I'll show you when we can see temperatures that we haven't seen since last February.
D.C. shooting developments. One of the National Guard members shot has died. The Trump administration's plans going forward, including a major immigration crackdown. Also, it's Black Friday. We are monitoring deals this morning for the shopping holiday, how things are getting started as stores open this morning. Many of them opened just about an hour ago. So glad you're with us on this Black Friday shopping morning. I'm Ken Smith. Let's go ahead and get right over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, tracking how cold it is this morning.
Our temperatures are way down into the upper 20s and low 30s this morning, and there's a wind chill. We're going to show you how it really feels when we check that out. But look at how beautiful it is. Fitton and Carey, gorgeous sunshine. That sun's starting to kind of creep over the horizon. What a fun place this is going to be. So many shopping centers are going to be crowded with people today. But, you know, this one's got the ice rink. They've got the Christmas tree. It just it looks lovely. I love this camera. 30 degrees is our current temperature. It feels like 30 in the triangle because our winds are calm. But the wind chill is on the right side. So it feels like 25 in Rocky Mount and 28 in Goldsboro. It feels like 28 in South Hill. It's 31 in Southern Pines, 33 in Clinton. It's just cold out there. A slow warm up. We climb up above freezing close to 9 a.m. and then we'll be in the mid 40s for this afternoon. Saturday looks very much like this, but Sunday will bring us our next weather maker with a chance of rain. I'll show you when coming up.
Well, Elizabeth, happening now in the WR Traffic Center. We got a real situation going on right now on I-40 eastbound near the Harrison Avenue exit. You can see the delays it's causing almost all the way back to Aviation Parkway this morning. So here's what it looks like if you look at I-40 and Aviation Parkway. Interestingly enough, we're not seeing any of the backups on this particular camera. And anyway, when we check the I-40 and Harrison Avenue backup, we weren't seeing it in the immediate area. So what we're seeing is that backup is happening right there at the Cary-Harrison exit. So be mindful of that as you get ready to head out this morning. As you get ready to head out the door, here's what it looks like on some of our major routes this morning. No delays whatsoever, but here's what's happening on that I-40 eastbound lane. You're looking at an 8-minute delay. It's actually getting better because about 15 minutes ago, that was in the double digits. So it's likely that that crash is moving off to the side of the road. We're not seeing any delays on any of the other major routes of also heading into Durham. So you're getting ready to head out the door, though. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3. Well, it is Black Friday, and people are braving the cold this morning to go get those deals. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is at the Best Buy at South Point Mall. And Kelsey, you've already seen people making a lot of really good purchases.
Yes, Ken, we sure have. And here's one of those deals that Best Buy is offering this morning. So these Sony headphones here, $159.99. So that's almost $200 off the original price. We've seen several folks coming in to take advantage of deals like this, including some that are on TVs. Now, our cameras were rolling as the first few shoppers walked into Best Buy when it opened this morning at 6. More than 130 million people are expected to shop online and in person today, according to the National Retail Federation. The NRF reports that more people shopped online than in person last Black Friday. Emily and Natalie Chavez just bought 2 brand new TVs for less than $300 here at Best Buy. They came here after missing out on a Black Friday deal at another store.
Get here early. Something fun and exclusive that we're doing this year is giving out 100 swag bags to the first 100 guests in line.
So you just heard from the store director at Target on Six Forks Road in Raleigh ahead of Black Friday this week. We spoke with them about how the first 100 shoppers at that location will receive a free swag bag. And that swag bag includes items that are valued anywhere between $99 and $350. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Durham.
Well, if you're getting ready to brave the malls in our area for Black Friday, we have you covered. As a look at the opening times all across today, Crabtree Valley Mall, Triangle Town Center, Cross Creek Mall opened at 7 o'clock. The streets at South Point will be opening in less than an hour, around 9 o'clock this morning. And here's a look at some of our big outlet malls. Stores of the Carolina Premier outlets in Smithfield and the Tanger outlets in Mebane. They opened at 6 o'clock this morning. Well, we have you covered this Black Friday. As I just mentioned, you can find some of the best deals on WRAL's Smart Shopper page. Just look under the 5 on your side consumer tab on WRAL.com or the WRAL News app. President Trump saying he is planning to close off immigration for people from third world countries, and the Trump administration plans to re-examine any green card holder from what they call a country of concern. This comes after the ambush shooting of 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C. Wednesday. One of those members, shot Sarah Backstrom, has died. The procession was held as her body was transferred from the MedStar Washington Hospital Center to the medical examiner's office last night. You can see that video right there. The shooting suspect is a 29-year-old Afghan national. The shooting suspect was granted asylum back in April, but the White House rejects responsibility. The second Guard member shot is still in the hospital. President Trump is deploying 500 more Guard members to the Washington, D.C. area. We're continuing to follow some breaking news now. We're working to learn more about a crash involving a Roseville police officer. This all happened last night on Lewisburg Road near Zebulon Road. The Highway Patrol telling us an officer was involved in the crash and that troopers are investigating. We're still trying to find out what led up to that crash and if there are any injuries. The community will honor Officer Roger Smith this weekend. A memorial motorcycle ride will be held Sunday morning. Smith was shot and killed on duty inside the Wake Med Garner Emergency Department. The ride will start at the Garner Performing Arts Center and it will pass Wake Med Garner. Operation Fly Our Flag is the group putting on this event. It's also selling stickers to raise money for Smith's family. The man accused of killing Officer Smith will be back in court next month. Benji Martin Jr. appeared in court for the first time Monday. He was not given a bond. Right before he appeared in court, his defense filed a new document uncovering more information. The defense claims Martin did not have a gun on him when he went into that hospital emergency room. They also claim Martin was at the facility seeking treatment for, quote, mental anguish. They say Martin's fiancée had just experienced a miscarriage. Happening today, firefighters in St. Louis are battling this massive warehouse fire. The NBC affiliate there is reporting at least 2 high-rise warehouses are on fire right now. Those warehouses, by the way, were abandoned. A large chunk of one of the warehouses has collapsed. Smoke is actually inhibiting traffic on nearby I-44. We'll continue to monitor this story for any new developments as you look at those live pictures right now. Video this morning showing the moments a 6.0 magnitude earthquake hit Alaska. This is from a coffee shop in Anchorage yesterday morning. You can see stuff falling off the shelves and an employee taking shelter under a countertop. The earthquake hit about 35 miles northwest of Anchorage, but was felt as far as 245 miles away. There were no immediate reports of damage. It's the largest earthquake in Alaska since 2021. The death toll is rising after that fire in Hong Kong. At least 128 people are confirmed dead. New this hour, a total of 8 people have been arrested in connection to that fire. The fire is believed to have started in a bamboo scaffolding and construction netting, then spread across 7 of the complex's 8 buildings. More than 79 people were injured, including 12 firefighters. Another challenge to North Carolina's redrawn maps could be on the way. After judges allowed a map to stand, the NAACP says it will appeal the decision. State lawmakers passed a new map in October. It is designed to make it easier for Republicans to defeat Democratic Congressman Don Davis, who represents northeastern parts of North Carolina. Across the nation, Republicans are working to redraw congressional maps in their favor. We spoke with WRAL state government reporter Will Doran about the motive behind all this.
That's actually what we heard from Republican State Senate Leader Phil Berger Wednesday night. He said that this is going to help President Trump. It's going to protect his agenda and be able to further his America First agenda for the final 2 years of his time in office.
The NAACP says the new map involved racial gerrymandering, specifically targeting black voters. We're working to learn more about a shooting in Rocky Mount. One person was shot and killed along Sunset Avenue. Police say the shooting happened around 7:30 last night. The victim died at the scene. Police are still looking for the person responsible and any information the public can help in terms of what led up to that shooting. It was a tough holiday for loved ones in Halifax County after a couple died in a house fire. Greg and Margaret Terry were inside their home on Loop Road in Enfield, and 5 officials say an electric issue started that fire. The home was completely destroyed. Friends and family of the couple tell WRAL the 2 were pillars in that Enfield community.
It was the worst phone call that you could ever get right here before the holidays, because they was the people that we go to every holiday, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. We celebrate at their house. And now we don't even have that no more.
Well, the family says they're taking things a day at a time, and they're thanking the community for their support. It was a Thanksgiving to travel disaster for some people flying out of Philadelphia last night. An American Airlines plane had to be evacuated on the tarmac after the cabin began to fill with smoke. People who were ordered to evacuate out the emergency exit door. Passengers were given hotel rooms for the night, and their flights were rescheduled for this morning. The flight had already been delayed several times before that smoke incident happened. UPS says some of their planes will not be back up and running for the holiday shopping rush. This comes after that deadly crash in Kentucky. The McDonnell Douglas MD-11 fleet will stay grounded through the holidays for inspections and possible repairs. 14 people were killed and at least 23 others were hurt in this month's crash, I should say. Authorities say the left engine detached during takeoff. Time now, 8:11. A holiday miracle. A woman was able to celebrate Thanksgiving with her family, leaving the hospital 5 months early. Her path to recovery. Also, tree lighting celebration. This is a live look at Franklinton, where tomorrow downtown will overflow with holiday cheer. Details of that event and all the others in WRAL's Out and About Best Bets.
Trying to put a positive spin on it, we have festive weather in our forecast. Now that everybody's preparing for Christmas, the Arctic blast arrives and it sticks around for a while. I'll show you how long. It's 8:14 and we take a live look at Apex down Salem Street. Pretty holiday decorations. It's a bit quiet right now. Of course, stores will likely open in the next couple of hours. It's probably going to be pretty busy down Salem Street. They have a lot of really nice local shops there. 30 in Durham right now. It's 28 in Roxborough, 27 in Cary, 34 in Goldsboro, 31 in Rocky Mount. So it's a cold start for us this morning. A little bit of a wind chill is making it feel like mid to upper 20s in some places. We'll check that wind chill in just a couple of minutes. A lot of people head out this weekend to pick out their Christmas tree. If you're headed out middle of the afternoon, will be the warmest time with temperatures in the mid 40s, but we don't have a lot of warmth in our forecast anytime soon. As a matter of fact, we have some rain in the forecast for Sunday. I'll show you when to expect it coming up. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're staying on top of that situation in I-40 eastbound near the Cary-Harrison exit. Right now, last check, we're being told that it was about an 8-minute delay in that particular area, but once we figure out what's going on, we'll let you know. We're also keeping track of your Black Friday morning commute. That's Crabtree Valley Mall right there. You can see traffic is definitely picked up right near the mall. That's Glenwood Avenue, the westbound lanes between Creedmoor Road and the Beltline this morning. Boy, it's bumper-to-bumper traffic. If you're heading to the streets at South Point, things are looking a little better there. Not many delays to report in that area of that Fayetteville Road exit. Of course, we'll keep an eye on it for you here in the WRAL Traffic Center. A Cary woman is celebrating a Thanksgiving miracle. She is leaving UNC Burn Center 5 months earlier than doctors expected. Her goal was to be home by Thanksgiving, and now she's sharing her message: don't mess with sparklers.
We had a good friend's wedding. We got back here. It was my birthday. The little ember fell right on the bottom of my dress, and from there, it virtually engulfed. It got my backside, my ankles. It just was underneath the dress, just staying there. So I want to get that message across going into the holiday season, because this can happen to anyone. It can happen at a wedding. You've just had a wonderful night, and if the ember falls the wrong way, then it's a disaster.
Listen, Ginger's recovery is quite remarkable. She beat the goals her doctor set for her by 100 days. Good for her. Well, 20 years after nearly dying in a high-speed chase, a state trooper is rebuilding his life. This is video from the end of that chase back in 2006. You can see the cruiser's engine in the middle of the road, the front end totally gone. The trooper in that car, Jerry Brand, he survived. He describes what it was like to recover.
Not only was it physical coming back, it was a mental part too, because I couldn't do the things that I could do before. You know, I was an athlete. I was actually in school. I was at University of Chapel Hill at the time. I'm working. I'm a father at the time. Now all that's changed. I really got into these.
Brand is now living a life of purpose through volunteerism and ministry, and this holiday season is an extra special one. He got married earlier this month. A Johnston County dog took home the top prize at this year's National Dog Show. Soleil is a black Belgian sheepdog. She won the herding group competition before advancing to a best of show round of 7. Soleil defeated a miniature Schnauzer, a Shih Tzu, and a Beacon Phrase to be stronger on paper with credentials. We talked with Daniel Martin, Soleil's handler, who is from Johnston County.
Out of the two of us, Soleil is the professional. I mean, all the eyes are drawn to her. For Soleil to represent a Belgian sheepdog, in my eyes, is still a rare breed. I mean, you don't see them very that often. And for her to be noticed at that level, it meant a lot. I mean, it meant very much. And it just still, I mean, I get jittery and goosebumps because it's still, we're still floating on that wind, and we will for a while. I mean, it's a very special and big show.
A lot of adrenaline.
Very special indeed. So listen, this is the second year in a row the Best in Show comes from our area. Vito the Pug won Best in Show in 2024. He and his owner, Carolyn Coach, they live in Chapel Hill. There's a fun list of events to tell you about this weekend. It's time to take a look at WRAL's Out and About Best Bets. Reptile lovers can enjoy a convention at the State Fairgrounds this weekend. Repticon runs Saturday and Sunday. The Reptile and Exotic Animal Expo includes vendors, breeders, and educators. Tickets will be on sale right now. And tonight, Impractical Joker Joe Gatto will perform in Raleigh. Gatto will have 6 shows this weekend at Good Nights Country Club. Gatto has been touring for 4 years with stand-up solo shows. Tickets are still available. And tomorrow night, a Christmas tree lighting and market will be held in Franklinton. It runs from 4 until 7 in the evening. The lighting is at 6:30. The event includes live performances, over 50 vendors, and kids' crafts. Of course, Santa Claus will be there. For more information on WRAL's Best Bets, just search Out and About on WRAL.com. Well, take a look at this. Speaking of tree lighting, 30 Rock, this tree is all ready to be hit the switch and be lit.
Yeah, they have worked so hard on that one. I remember seeing some video of them trying to put up all the decorations. So that's exciting. That happens on Wednesday. Also Wednesday, we light our 3 towers, the one right here in our backyard on Western Boulevard, as well as Rocky Mount Mills and Durham. We're very excited about that for Wednesday. Also looking very festive, Fenton and Cary. They lit their tree last Saturday. Of course, it's daylight now, so we can't see it, but still looking very festive there. I imagine it will be a busy place today. 30 degrees is our temperature if you're about to head out the door. Right now we have light winds, but in some places the wind chill's making it feel like mid to upper 20s, so it is cold. The cold air dove in on us yesterday. We went from mid 70s on Wednesday to upper 50s yesterday. We're back into the mid 40s for highs today, so that cold air just keeps on coming. Our temperature this afternoon, 45 in Durham, 49 Fayetteville, 45 degrees in Rocky Mount, and it's the overnight lows that are really going to be pretty shocking. 19 for Roanoke Rapids and Roxborough. This is tomorrow morning at around 7 a.m. 24 in Fayetteville, 23 in Goldsboro, 21 in Sanford. All right, you're really going to feel it if you're headed to one of the football games for tomorrow. 3:30 game, Wake Forest takes on Duke at home. 45 degrees at game time, dropping into the 30s right around 6 or 7 o'clock. But UNC hosts NC State at, NC State hosts UNC 7:30 on Saturday, 37 degrees at 7 o'clock, and those temperatures will get close to freezing before the game is over. Our next weather maker happens on Sunday. We're going to see a cold front coming through. It's going to bring us a chance of some showers. This is a look at the newer run of the computer model with a couple of light showers in our northern counties right around lunchtime on Sunday, and then the rest of it comes in maybe mid to late afternoon, rolling on through, and should be over by around midnight or so. Still could see some damp streets for early on Monday morning. Taking a look at our chances for rain, 60% Sunday and then 80% chance on Tuesday. That could give us a good soaker, which we really, really need. In the meantime, temperatures are going to be fairly chilly. Right now, it looks like Wednesday for our tower lightings. It should be nice and dry.
Looking forward to that. Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're staying on top of that situation on I-40 eastbound this morning. This is a crash that happened about an hour ago, likely in the clearing phase because we're not seeing any backups whatsoever in our live live traffic map. We're also not seeing any backups on that interstate as well. I-40 and Harrison Avenue, as you take a live look right there, you can see traffic is flowing nicely in all directions. So it stands to reason that crash is probably off to the side of the road, not causing any problems for you this morning. So there you go. I-40 eastbound, no delays whatsoever. And we're not seeing any delays whatsoever with any of those major routes coming into the Raleigh-Wade County area. Coming in from Apex, no delays. I-87 free and clear, which is unheard of this time of the morning. So I'm sure you'll take that. Very good news to report. Over in Durham, similarly, we're not seeing any delays on any of those major routes heading into Durham. Usually we'll see something on the I-885 interchange, but nothing like that this morning. Of course, you're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio. If you're doing so this morning, we do appreciate that. If you're getting ready to head into the car, tune us in on the radio. 101.5 HD3 will keep you updated all morning long. Our news continues now. Timing your deliveries. So many of us are ordering holiday gifts right now. The deadline for major retail mail carriers, I should say, to ensure your presents get there to their destination in time. And National Guard shooting. One of the Guard members has died. The new effort to prevent future incidents like this with an immigration crackdown.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
A pleasant good morning to you at 8:26. I'm Ken Smith. Let's get right over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center tracking this cold morning.
Whew, it's not just this morning. Boy, tomorrow morning is going to be even colder. But let's check out what it looks like as you're heading out the door. 31 in Wilson, 30 in Durham, 35 in Fayetteville. If you can see it, the whirligigs are spinning around a little faster now. It's going to be a bit breezy this afternoon. So from time to time, it's going to feel like mid to upper 30s, even though we'll see highs in the mid 40s. Our wind chill has dipped into the mid 20s in some places this morning. Decorating will feel more comfortable inside today. Obviously, if you're getting your outside decorations up, you're going to need to bundle up, Ken.
Oh, no doubt. Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, that crash on I-40 eastbound near Harrison Avenue likely cleared because we're not seeing any green on our live traffic map this morning. If you take a look at it, nothing but green showing up from Wendell to Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. All those major routes are delay-free. So if you're heading out to do any bit of shopping and it involves any of our major routes, you will get to that destination on time. Well, listen, it's Black Friday. The National Retail Federation predicting nearly 187 million people will shop in-store and online this year between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. Some of the hot ticket items this year include clothes, gift cards, and electronics like the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm sure about that. We're working to learn more about a crash involving a Roseville police officer. This happened last night on Lewisburg Road near Zebulon Road. The State Highway Patrol telling us an officer was involved in that crash and that troopers are investigating. No word yet on any injuries. Next on Fox 50, an update on the shooting that killed a National Guard member in Washington, D.C. And up next on Today, actor Daniel Craig on the third installment of the Knives Out movie franchise.
Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
The cold air is here and it sticks around for a while. I'll show you when we'll see the coldest air that we've seen since February.
Also coming up, braving Black Friday. Millions are battling chilly temperatures, as Elizabeth just mentioned, in crowded stores for the best deals in person. We're live at Best Buy to show you what retail shopping looks like this year. An immigration crackdown. President Trump calling for re-examinations of green card holders after deadly attack on National Guard members. What it could mean for people living in the U.S. So glad you're with us here at 8:30. I'm Ken Smith. We always appreciate your time here on Fox 50. Let's get over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center tracking this cold morning.
Yes, and clear skies. At Rocky Mount Mills, it looks beautiful. Earlier this morning, they had their pretty lights up, but of course, they'll light the tower on Wednesday. That's one of our favorite celebrations here at WRAL all year. We light all three towers at Rocky Mount Mills here in our backyard and over in Durham. So looking forward to that. It does look like it'll be dry for that, which is always good as we have a few things outside. 30 degrees is our current temperature. Right now in the triangle, we have light winds, but in some places that wind chill is feeling really chilly. It feels like 28 in Goldsboro. The wind chill is in the white box on the right and the temperature on the left. It feels like 27 in Southern Pines, 30 in Fayetteville, and 26 in Roxborough. So it's a cold, cold start out there, especially since we started the week with some very warm temperatures. If you're going to be out Black Friday shopping, temperatures in the warmest part of the day will only be in the mid-40s, which is colder than yesterday. Tomorrow's going to be great for shopping, but Sunday in the afternoon, we'll be looking at some showers. I'll show you the timeline.
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. Really light traffic to report, but we are seeing on top of that situation on I-40 eastbound right near the Cary-Harrison exit. It stands to reason that no longer are 3 lanes blocked because we're not seeing any red on that live traffic map whatsoever. As we take a live look at I-40 at Harrison Avenue, the traffic camera there is courtesy of the state DOT. Really no delays to report in any of those east or westbound lanes of I-40 this morning. So if it stands to reason that that crash is likely off to the shoulder or the median and not impeding traffic in any way. As we widen out the picture for you, giving you a look at all the major routes heading into Raleigh this morning, very little to no delays, just a 1-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest this morning. But did you see I-40 eastbound? No delays to report whatsoever. Similarly, we're not seeing any delays on any of those major routes heading into Durham. As always, you're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio. We'll keep you updated all morning long, 101.5 HD3. Our news continues now with some breaking news. We're trying to learn new information about a crash involving a Roseville police officer. This happened last night on Lewisburg Road near Zebulon Road. The State Highway Patrol confirming an officer was involved in that crash, and state troopers are investigating. We're still trying to find out what led up to that crash and if there are any injuries. 2 people are recovering this morning after they were hurt in a Raleigh house fire. The WRAL breaking news tracker was at that scene along Sweetbriar Drive. Firefighters say the fire sparked around 7:45 last night. All 6 people inside were able to get out safely. 2 people were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation and a secondary medical event. We don't know what that is yet, but we're working to find out. While the cause is still unclear, firefighters say they believe the fire started in the laundry room. Moving on now, it is Black Friday. Nearly 187 million people will hit the stores or shop online today through Monday. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey at the Best Buy at the streets at South Point this morning on this huge day for shoppers and a look at those big box stores. Kelsey, what do you see?
Shoppers are braving the cold today in order to take advantage of some Black Friday deals like this one here at the Best Buy on Fayetteville Road in Durham. So you can see a 55-inch TV for $169.99. Our cameras were rolling as the first few shoppers walked into Best Buy when it opened this morning at 6. More than 130 million people are expected to shop online and in person today, according to the National Retail Federation. The NRF reports that more people shopped online than in person last Black Friday. Emily and Natalie Chavez started their morning at JCPenney hoping to win a $500 coupon.
We've just always shopped in person. Yeah, since we were kids. But back then it was much of a bigger deal. But now not really. But I saw that $500 coupon and that motivated me.
We also stopped by Target on Six Forks Road in Raleigh ahead of Black Friday this week. The first 100 shoppers at that location will receive a free swag bag. Now, the Chavez sisters did not win that coupon at JCPenney, but they were able to score 2 brand new TVs for under $300 here at Best Buy. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News in Durham.
If you're getting ready to brave the malls in our area, Black Friday, we've got you covered. Here's a look at the opening times all across our area. Crabtree Valley Mall, Triangle Town Center, Cross Street Mall in Fayetteville opened about an hour and a half ago at 7 o'clock. The streets at South Point opens at 9 o'clock, less than a half hour from now. And here's a look at some of our big outlet malls. Stores at the Carolina Premier Outlets in Smithfield and the Tanger Outlet Malls in Mebane. They open at 6 o'clock and will be open until 9 o'clock tonight. Psychologists at the Cleveland Clinic are weighing in on why so many Americans enjoy the yearly frenzy that is Black Friday shopping. They say that our brains have a reward center that lights up when we get great deals. Sales can also trigger the emotion of chasing the feeling that actually needing an item. They say bargain shopping can help relieve boredom, anxiety, and stress. So how do we avoid the temptation to buy unnecessary things? Well, psychology experts say step away from your phone or computer for a minute and debate if you actually need to purchase that item. Enlist a shopping buddy to help off-put some of those offers. And finally, evaluate your mood. Are you hungry, angry, tired, or even lonely? They say well-rested and well-fed people can help decrease the tendency to impulse shop.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, we continue to follow that breaking news out of downtown St. Louis, that massive warehouse fire. 2 warehouses were on fire earlier this morning. This is a live look at the scene right now. You don't see any flames, but you do see a ton of smoke. The fire has since been contained, but firefighters on scene say they do expect some flare-ups throughout the day. You can see them spraying water onto those 2 buildings. No injuries have been reported, but they've also been reporting multiple homeless people had to be evacuated from inside and around the warehouse. A large portion of the warehouse has since collapsed. Firefighters say this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 day event. They continue to monitor those hotspots. Again, they do expect some flare-ups throughout the day. This is something that we are working on. We are trying to get more information. As we get that new information, we will report it to you here in the Live Center.
And new this morning, the Trump administration now plans to re-examine any green card holder from a third world country. This comes after the ambush shooting of 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C. Wednesday. One of those members, shot 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom, died from her injuries. Other National Guard members, federal and local law enforcement officers held a dignified transfer of her body to the medical examiner's office last night. You can see that video right there. The other victim, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, remains in critical condition in the Washington, D.C. area hospital. Now, the suspect, a 27-year-old Afghan national, is in custody. The administration says the re-examination will include everyone from what they call a country of concern. Afghan is among 19 countries on that list. In a Truth Social post last night, the president says he would permanently pause migration and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the U.S. or is incapable of loving our country, unquote. He was also asked about the possibility of deporting that suspect's family.
Well, we're looking at that right now. We're looking at the whole situation with family. It's a tragic situation.
Although the shooting suspect was granted asylum in April under the Trump administration, the White House rejects responsibility, saying regardless of asylum status, this monster would not have been removed due to his parole status hearing granted by Joe Biden. Another challenge to North Carolina's redrawn congressional map could be on the way. This comes after a judge allowed the new map to stand, and the NAACP says it will now plan to appeal that decision. Here's a look at the old map versus the new one that would create a new Republican House seat in Congress. This new map will make it easier for Republicans to defeat Democratic Congressman Don Davis in the eastern part of our state. Now, earlier this week, a panel of judges rejected a claim that lawmakers engaged in unconstitutional gerrymandering. Republicans have celebrated that ruling, while groups like the NAACP plan to fight it.
Enough is enough. This is the swift urgency of now that we must continue to fight for the rights of people to be represented by people who want to represent them, not just have their name where they can go and vote for someone who was threatening them that we need to have another congressional district.
We should note that any appeal would head directly to the United States Supreme Court. WRAL has spent years covering the extensive redistricting saga in North Carolina. Read through the story of how we got to this point, get an in-depth explanation of gerrymandering and how it works, all under the NC Capital section of WRAL.com. New in the last hour, authorities in Hong Kong arresting 8 people in connection to that massive fire spanning several apartment buildings. At least 128 people have been confirmed dead, about 200 more still missing. A spokesperson for the city's fire services department says 79 people have been injured, including 12 firefighters. Search and rescue teams continue to look for people trapped inside that complex. Happening today, the Fine Arts League of Cary is celebrating the opening of its new gallery. Starting this morning, the art gallery will be open to the public. The organization says this gallery will include pieces from local artists that will be available for sale. The gallery is located on East Park Street in downtown Cary. That opening is happening around 10 o'clock this morning. There will also be special openings during the Cary Christmas Parade on December 13th. Looking ahead, if you didn't enough of you have enough football yesterday, the fun on the gridiron continues this weekend. First, your Carolina Panthers will host the LA Rams. The Panthers are coming off a tough loss Monday night to the 49ers, while the Rams will look to continue their 6-game winning streak. Kickoff of that game is at 1 p.m. You can see it all right here on Fox 50. Then on Sunday Night Football, Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders will host Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Both teams are coming off a bye week. Coverage for Sunday Night Football starts at 7 o'clock. Kickoff of the game is at 8:20 on WRAL. Well, at 8:41, still to come. New rules coming. Several laws take effect in North Carolina next week. We'll walk you through what's different starting Monday. And better bundle up. Here's a live look this morning as we take you outside at 4 different locations all around the triangle. You can see 30 degrees and the wind chill factor as well. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner breaks down the cold start to this holiday shopping day.
It's 8:45, and we take a live look over Durham right now, and you can see the Lucky Strike Tower. We're excited on Wednesday to have our tower lighting. Of course, the Lucky Strike Tower, the one right here in our backyard in Raleigh and over at Rocky Mount Mills. And it looks like it's going to be nice and dry for that, but we have 2 chances of rain in the meantime, which we'll go over in just a few minutes. It's a cold start out there this morning, even with all that sunshine. 32 in Holly Springs, 32 in Roxborough, 28 in Cary, 32 in Gardner, 31 in Rocky Mount. If you're headed out to pick out your Christmas tree today, a lot of people do that the day after Thanksgiving. The warmest time of the day to be outside will be in the mid-40s, and it still may feel more like upper 30s with the wind chill. We're looking at chilly temperatures again tomorrow. I'll show you how it could feel if you're headed out to one of the big college football games.
And happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, if you're headed out, maybe to do some shopping. We isolated a couple of the popular destinations. That's Crabtree Valley Mall, and you look closely, you can see red on the map there around Glenwood Avenue. So you're looking at bumper-to-bumper traffic heading into Crabtree Valley Mall this morning. For those of you heading to the streets at South Point, we're not seeing any delays, actually, coming off the Fayetteville Road exit, which leads you to the streets at South Point. Of course, we'll continue to monitor this here in the WRAL Traffic Center. Let's look ahead to next week for a moment, because on December 1st, there are a lot of new laws taking effect in North Carolina. Some that lawmakers voted on and passed earlier this year, but only start to take effect on Monday. The list includes public safety reforms, new powers for the state auditor, and even harsher penalties for people who steal gift cards. Ashley Rowe has a quick look at some of the new state laws hitting the books next week.
The biggest headline is Arena's Law. It's named for the woman stabbed to death on a train in Charlotte. The man accused of killing Arena Zarutska had been released earlier this year on a misdemeanor count. Arena's Law requires more strict scrutiny when considering pretrial release. But that's not all. The law also attempts to bring back the death penalty in North Carolina, ordering Governor Stein to find a solution. The last execution in our state was Samuel Flippen in 2006. Right now, 122 people are on death row in North Carolina. There are lots of other public safety laws taking effect December 1st. Harsher penalties for assaulting utility workers, repeat offenders of domestic violence, soliciting children on the internet, exposing children to drugs, crimes involving fentanyl, and even stealing gift cards. Another law bans political discrimination in disaster relief efforts. This actually happened. After Hurricane Milton in Florida, a FEMA employee was fired after telling their team to avoid homes with Trump signs. Another law gives more power to North Carolina's state auditor Dave Bullock. He'll be able to investigate any entity, including private businesses, if they receive state or federal funding. More new state laws take effect on January 1st, so expect another list like this in the new year.
And that was Ashley Rowe reporting. Well, today you have a chance to help local children whose families could use a little extra help this holiday season. In Fayetteville, police officers will be at several stores to pack the cruiser. The police department asks that while you are out shopping for Black Friday deals, buy a gift for someone who could use it this holiday season. They will be taking donations from 7 o'clock starting this morning around 7, and they'll be there till about 1 o'clock this afternoon at the stores right there on your screen, so make a note of them. As the holiday shopping season gets started, there are a few dates to remember if you want your gifts to arrive by Christmas. Cards and gifts should be sent by December 17th for Ground Advantage and First Class Mail. For Priority Mail, it's December 18th. For Priority Mail Express, that date is December 20th. Philip Bogerberger says mail carriers are going to be putting in extra time this year to make sure your packages and cards arrive on time.
Our carriers are going to be delivering earlier in the morning and later in the evening, especially as we move further into the holidays. So we do ask our customers to feel free to leave a porch light on, and definitely, a clear path to the mailbox for their safety.
If you're shipping with FedEx, ground economy service packages will need to be mailed by December 15th. If you're wondering what to do with all those post-Thanksgiving leftovers, how about eating them? But that's just me. A group of researchers working on converting them into jet fuel. Researchers at the University of Illinois, starting by collecting food waste from nearby food processing plants. They then used chemical processing to essentially fast forward nature's timeline, which would normally take millions of years to create crude oil from organic matter. Some say they have mixed feelings about this.
I'm not sure about that. I feel like most leftovers are probably not great for powering vehicles. They're better ate the next day.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, we compost, so any way to make that not feel wasted, I think is a great idea.
I'm the guy, best eaten the next day. At this point, these findings are still more of a proof of concept, but researchers say it does open up the possibility of using food waste to help the airline industry eventually achieving net zero carbon emissions. Well, this is not just a busy day for retailers. Plumbers are in high demand this time of year, so much so that they call today Brown Friday. Roto-Rooter says the plumbing industry gets a 50% spike in service calls the day after Thanksgiving. They say pipes and disposals are pushed to their limits because people are welcoming lots of guests into their homes, as well as food scraps and turkey drippings clogging up drains. Roto-Rooter says they also see a 21% boost in calls through the 4-day holiday weekend. Well, we're here in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. We're showing this Durham this morning because we just got word that the Durham Rescue Mission opening its warming shelters because of how cold it is out there.
We're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 20s overnight tonight, so that's good to hear. And we may hear more of that too. Typically, the conditions that we'll see tonight would require or would prompt red flag advisories for a lot of our area. So if you do need a warm place to stay, just check our website, WRAL.com. We should have a list of those shelters for the cold temperatures tonight. That's a live look at Rocky Mountain Mills this morning, and we are excited about our tower lighting. Rocky Mountain Mills Tower, as well as the tower here in our backyard and over in Durham, all lit on Wednesday. In the meantime, we're looking at a lot of people outside doing some shopping today. 30 degrees is our current temperature, and we're going to see temperatures only climbing into the mid 40s for later on this afternoon. 32 in Roxborough, 32 in Southern Pines, it's 35 in Fayetteville, 31 in Rocky Mount. So temperatures are chilly, but we're starting to see those temperatures climb just a little bit. Our 24-hour temperature change anywhere from about 5 to 10 degrees colder than they were this time yesterday. Our afternoon temperatures also about 10 to 12 degrees colder than what we saw yesterday. 46 in Raleigh, 45 Durham, and 49 in Fayetteville. As long as you bundle up, you'll be fine, especially if you're headed out to Festival of Lights. This will be a fun activity to take the whole family to tonight or all the way through the weekend. It will be chilly at 6 o'clock, 40 degrees, and at 8 o'clock, 34. So pull out those fun, warm winter hats and enjoy. First thing tomorrow morning, that's when we see the coldest temperature of the day. We could drop down into the low to mid 20s. The last time we saw temperatures that cold was in February. We're still below freezing Sunday morning, but after that, we're above freezing at least through Wednesday. Again, the last time we saw that 24 was February the 22nd. Feeling like December out there. 59 is our normal high. We're close to that on Sunday, but for the rest of the next 5 days, our temperatures will be below normal. It's going to be really chilly for football games that happen on Saturday. Temperatures will be in the 30s and 40s. Ken?
All right, more news other than traffic after the break.